you motivate others? How do you motivate others? Ready to practice interviewing for your position with the federal government? Because you can't get anywhere in reality unless you've seen it in your imagination. Today, I'm going to give you a behavioral interview question and an example as well as an answer, and we're going to practice it together. What you're likely used to are situational interviews, that one-on-one behind the desk. Despite sharing many similarities, situational interview questions and behavioral interview questions are not the same. Situational interview questions ask you to explain how you would react to a hypothetical question somewhere in the future, while behavioral questions ask you to explain how you've dealt with an actual situation in your past. And you can draw from your current work position or several years ago, or even a volunteer experience. But often when you're sitting right there in front of that panel, several people, or even a teleconference interview, what do? You draw a blank because you were not prepared for the federal government's use of behavioral interview questions. But here at Easy Federal Resumes and More, we're smarter than that. So let's practice one today. Please hit like. It helps my channel grow, but you should not have to practice hitting like because I ask for it every video. This video and this channel is about your success and providing you with the tools you need to put it in your kit, in your backpack, in your purse, and in your mind. Because guess what? Complaining and procrastinating only nails you to your problems. Here we build muscles and do the work ourselves to get the job done, and that is to get your foot in the door. So watch, pause, write it down, rinse and repeat. So here's the question. What has been an effective strategy that you've used to motivate others? Okay, now, this is a softball question. You got it.
I was born to motivate. I just have the kind of personality that when I walk into a room, I just light it up. I don't really have to do a thing at all.
No, this is not what I want you to say. There is clearly a fine line between confidence and being over the top. When interviewing with the federal government, the objective of this particular question is to gauge what effort you take to relate to others. While you may feel this response I just gave you conveys that you relate well with others easily, it also lends one to believe that maybe a little too well, and you lack the necessary boundaries in a professional setting. Smart people always refer back to the STAR process. This is just a snapshot video. To learn more about the STAR process, check out this video and take a peek at the playlist where I'll be continuing to drop in more content like this so that you can practice with me. Lisa. Situation. Describe the position you were in. Task. Describe what your responsibility was in that situation. Action. Explain precisely what steps you took to address the issue. And result. Share what the outcomes of your efforts achieved. The panel is looking to see how well you can relate and ways you've used to motivate others. Asking you this question is a way to get you to pause and think of the example. Now, I'm a natural motivator and everybody loves me. You did not reflect on your ability to relate easily with others, and really, your reflections only focused on yourself. Wah, wah, wah. If you were just to take a moment and think about when and where you were a team player, either at your former place of employment or as a volunteer, when the task you were given required that you encourage others toward a positive outcome. Here we go with my example. What was an effective strategy used to motivate others? Working with veterans as an employment representative, I sought ways to get buy-in by attempting to motivate clients to the organization's mission, which was reducing unemployment. Now, instead of telling veterans all the reasons why they must do X, Y, and Z to accomplish the goal of the employment agency, I first engaged them in conversations, just simple conversations, to identify reasons why they may want employment as their goal. I learned that helping someone get a job is relatively easy, especially now. But helping someone find a career at a minimum, something they can enjoy as a stepping stone, is an entirely different venture. Because if your goal is to pay the bills, put food on the table, you can throw a stone at Walmart or any fast food restaurant because they've all got competitive wages. But if you want to obtain a career that will allow you to learn new skills that will enable you to grow professionally or leverage skills for greater opportunities like the federal government, but I'm in an interview now. We want to put steps in place to help you do that. Steps that would need to be taken by the individual, not just for my 45-minute session that I had with them, but for life.
Well, Lisa, who talks like that? You had practice. You went on and on and on.
You're right. Go ahead and practice and write down not only the question, but your answer too. Because with the greater majority of interviews taking place only once, you must be prepared, over-prepared. You may well, as I have, go into a panel interview and be given the questions in advance of going into the room. Or you may be lucky enough to have a teleconference interview and have the answers laying right beside you. The point is to be prepared, and role-playing is just one way to familiarize yourself with the question and answer it easily. So here it is again. What was an effective strategy you used to motivate others? Situation: describe the position you were in. Task: describe your responsibility. Action: explain precisely what steps you took to address the issue. Result: share what the outcomes were of your efforts. Rinse and repeat. And before you know it, it's easy. Bye for now.